I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready. We put in a lot of work this training camp, so come fight night, we coming in there to make sure we come out victorious and beat his ass.
Yeah. Shakur Stevenson is sharpening every weapon in his arsenal with one clear goal: to silence the relentless pressure of William Zapeda. In what looks to be a collision of styles, chaos and perfection square off. However, Stevenson is changing this time around rather than only training. Each practice and round is a deliberate preparation for battle. This isn't just another camp, it's the most intense of his career. After facing criticism and being labeled a runner in the ring, Shakur is determined to prove his doubters wrong. He's channeling that negativity into motivation, pushing himself harder than ever in training. Every session is focused, intense, and purpose-driven. Stevenson is honing his offensive game to demonstrate that he can dominate rather than just avoid. This camp is about more than simply getting ready. It's about making amends and using performance to silence the crowd.
Honestly, I got a chip on my shoulder though. Like, I got something to prove. I feel like with this fight, a lot of people sleeping on me. A lot of people don't think that I'm that guy. They don't think that I'm that guy who I've been my whole entire career. Sometimes it just takes a little minute to adjust and adapt, and I'm adjusting and I'm adapting well. So July 12th is going to be a statement.
He is known for his cool, calculating style, but everything changed when this fight was signed. Not only does Zepeda battle, but he overwhelms with his unrelenting pressure, volume, and unpredictable style. Stevenson needs to turn a switch to override that. He has a different attitude in this camp. He views him as a real threat to his kingship rather than merely a rival. Discipline still exists in his training camp, but it has been combined with a new edge: cold, controlled assault.
I ain't fight a style like Zapeda since the amateurs. So being that I ain't see a style like that since the amateurs, it makes it more interesting for me. It makes it more fun just because it's something new, something different, and it sounds like a challenge. Thing with guys like that, you gotta beat that because you gotta realize, like, if you don't beat that, they gonna jump on you and they gonna stay on top of you the entire time. So you gotta go out there and get their respect. A lot of people keep saying that. They're like, well, I mean, he's going to do exactly to him what he did to Valdez, and they don't understand it's two different styles.
As we talks about his training, strength and conditioning is the backbone of Stevenson's preparation for William Zapeda. He's pushing himself harder than ever to build stamina, strength, and explosive power. The focus is on high-intensity circuits, resistance work, and core development. Given Zepeda's relentless pressure, Stevenson is aware that he will need to remain unflappable throughout the battle. Each exercise is designed to replicate the physical demands of combat. This part of camp is about fortifying his body to match his elite skill set. Furthermore, pad work has taken center stage in this camp, sharpening his accuracy, timing, and foot placement. Every combo is intended to upset pressure and shatter rhythm. Trainers are using quick, erratic sequences to test his reaction time. Stevenson is honing his counters, angles, and smooth transitions between blows. In each sequence, he visualizes Zapeda rather than merely striking pads. This is where strategy turns into muscle memory. Moreover, on the heavy bag, Shakur is refining his speed, power, and tactical decision-making. Combinations are thrown with all of the effort and concentration in every round. He is aiming for counters that will be important as Zapeda advances, body shots, and crisp hooks. In addition, Stevenson is working on his ability to pivot and leave following combinations. It's important to hit smarter, not just harder, when using the heavy bag. These sessions build the endurance to stay sharp in the later rounds. Additionally, sparring is where Stevenson's preparation is truly tested. He's facing aggressive partners who mimic Zepeda's high-volume style. With an emphasis on control under fire, each session is rigorous and simulates fight night strain. He is learning how to keep his cool in the pocket, create space, and set time counters. Every round is a battle classroom as errors are promptly examined and fixed. Fight plans become instincts at this point, and instincts prevail in combat. Overall, this bout is a turning point rather than merely a stylistic matchup. For Shakur Stevenson, it is an opportunity to demonstrate that cunning can triumph over chaos, and that brains can surpass ferocity. By applying constant pressure to push and punish, William Zepeda hopes to burst through a barrier that no one has yet to breach. Don't let Zapeda breathe is the main goal of Stevenson's camp. This training camp's tone emphasizes the seriousness and severity of the situation, as well as the possibility of a generational performance.
This is my weekend.
Yeah.
This is my coming out party. This is where I go out there and I show and tell.
Yeah.
I show and tell, and I tell everybody that I'm the best.
How does it feel, though, to do this in your backyard? Your people are here. This has got to feel like a pretty cool moment for you.
Yeah, it's surreal, but it's gonna be more real when we actually get there on Saturday night and get to the stadium and
Louis Armstrong, that's crazy, right? A
walk
tennis
out.
stadium, like.
It's gonna be a real moment.
As we move Torad's fighters' beef, in his latest interview, Shakur Stevenson confidently explained why Zapeda won't be able to beat him on fight night. He stressed that he only uses one style, which is high-volume punching, and that is insufficient against a player of his caliber. Stevenson stated that he is well equipped to handle this type of pressure because he has experienced it before. He thinks that Zapeda lacks his level of expertise, and that experience will be crucial. According to Shakur, the outcome will ultimately come down to how he chooses to fight that night.
The thing is, right, and this is why he's not gonna be able to beat me. He got one style that he can do. So I know what he's bringing. I know what he's coming with. He's coming straight ahead at me to throw non-stop punches the entire night. There's nothing different that he's gonna do. I'm levels above him because I know that I can do whatever I want. So it depends on what I decide to do that night and how I wanna go in there and fight. You know, sometimes I fight in the pocket. Sometimes I move a little tiny bit, but it depends on how I want to fight that night.
In reply to Shakur, William Zapeda also mocked him, claiming he tends to run in the ring. He stressed that his intention is to give fans an engaging and exciting fight. Zapeda indicated that he has no idea what he is thinking about or how he intends to approach the fight. He still has faith in his own approach and frame of mind in spite of the uncertainty. He sees this as a fantastic chance to demonstrate his abilities on a major stage. He thinks a victory over Stevenson may change his life and career.
We worked for Shakur Stevenson's style. We know that he's a great counter puncher. We know that he has a good ring IQ, that he moves around, that he does. So I'm not I'm not going off of what he's saying or whatever. You know, we prepared for the styles that we know that Shakur brings to the table, and I'm just here to give a great fight that night. But we believe the fight came at the right moment, the right purse, the right time, my right age, my maturity, and everything, you know, and we know it's just between me and him now to give the fans what they want to see.
Moving forward, let's delve into what pros think about this fight. How will it play out, and what will be the result? First and foremost, Kenny Ellis issued a warning to Shakur, saying he could get knocked out in this fight. Ellis made it clear that Zepeda is superior to HSI previous opponents. In comparison to Shakur's prior bouts, he thinks this will be a far more difficult test for him. He pointed out it will take more focus and effort to defeat him. He praised Zepeda's punching speed and power, calling him a truly great fighter.
I think Zapeda gonna be his toughest task because he bringing pressure better than anybody I've seen Shakur fight this far. You know, Shakur might surprise everybody. This might be the fight where Shakur get a knockout. You know what I mean? Shit happens in boxing. Shit happens, but if not, it's gonna be Shakur gonna have to work, man. 12 rounds, he gotta work hard because Zapeda, man, he just relentless with it, you know?
However, Randall, the coach of Keyshawn Davis, gave Shakur some tips. He said Shakur might be more aggressive in the ring in an attempt to shed his label of runner. He cautioned, though, that deviating from his typical approach might backfire and provide Zapeda with a chance to seize control. He stressed that Shakur needs to be cautious with this approach. In the end, he reminded, it's the victory that truly matters.
It could be an early night. I'm not saying that it will, but like I said, I got a feeling it's going to be an action-packed fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Shakur is going to actually try to step it up, you know, because he want to prove everyone wrong. And sometimes that's not good. You listen to the outside noise, sometimes you need to stick to what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Because some people know how great you are. So they're going to put things in your head to make you fight out of your style and make you go in there reckless. So he got to be careful about that too.
Moreover, William Zepeda's coach, Panda, remained humble and praised their opponent in his recent talks. He underlined that the contest has a unique element of intrigue because their distinct styles have never collided in the ring before. Panda claims that viewers would find the bout extremely thrilling because of this stylistic disparity. In response to a question about his prediction, he said both boxers had a good chance of winning. Ultimately, he believes the man with the better strategies will have his hand raised on fight night.
It's intelligence versus being strong. You know, we know, I've told you this before, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Shakur is probably one, if not one of the best fighters in the world. And I've said that before we knew we were going to fight him, before these things, you know, he has a high IQ. He's very intelligent. He's a very, very smart fighter. I know it's going to be a hard fight, but I know he's never fought anyone like William Zapeda, just like William Zepeda's never fought anyone like Shakur Stevenson. You know, so whoever, like I said, whoever has the best game plan will come out victorious.
Additionally, Mike Coppinger also shared his excitement about seeing William Zapeda and Shakur Stevenson fighting in the ring. He also called it a strong matchup, but noted that William will need to apply his skills and strategies effectively to secure a win. Coppinger also praised Shakur's boxing IQ, acknowledging his technical abilities. However, he pointed out that he has yet to truly punish his opponents in past fights. He emphasized that he needs to be more engaging in the ring instead of relying heavily on movement.
I'm excited for it. I think this style clash usually produces pretty good fights, and it's going to come down to two things. Can William Zapeda really assert himself in there, cut the ring off, and make it an ugly, rough, and tumble fight? And for Shakur Stevenson, he says it every fight. He's gonna punish the opponent. He never does. Yeah. Is he capable of it? Yes, I think he's a really good fighter. Great footwork, great jab. But this is boxing, this is showbiz. It's not enough to simply win. We're not asking for Shakur Stevenson to recklessly trade in there. We're saying if you have the guy hurt or if you have him in a good position, maybe throw a combination rather than one punch and move.
In addition, Floyd Schofield also said this matchup will be interesting as both fighters have a solid chance of winning. He noted that a victory for either man would be a major milestone in their careers. However, Schofield warned that if Shakur's hands aren't fully healthy, it could be a very difficult night for him. While he has the ability to knock Zapeda out, he won't make it easy. Schofield believes Shakur will need to be at his absolute best to come out on top.
I think it's going to be a great fight. I think, me personally, if Shakur's hands is good, I feel like the only way he can stop Zapeda is through body shots. we know he's not knocking Zepeda out to the head. I think Zepeda's output is just super high. That to the point where it's gonna be too much. Shakur just gonna sit back and wait for Zepeda.
Armor dropped him in the head.
Yeah, but like he kept coming though. So I don't know. This is like if Shakur's hands are healthy. If they're not healthy.
While we head towards William Zepeda's preparations for the fight, he is also deep in training camp, locked in and laser focused as the biggest fight of his career approaches. He is aware of how serious the situation is and how strong his opponent is. Shakur is a clever, slick technician with exceptional defensive abilities. He is not just another fighter. Zepeda, though, isn't scared. He is driven. Every session is fueled by urgency, intensity, and purpose.
Blessed to be here. Pues me siento muy motivado, es algo por lo que había estado buscando desde hace años, algo que había estado esperando y creo que llega en un buen momento donde me siento fuerte, me siento más maduro boxísticamente y físicamente y todo, entonces creo que llega en un buen momento, ya nada más es cuestión de afinar ciertos detalles y llevar una buena preparación porque va a ser una pelea muy exigente.
Furthermore, he knows that this battle will need for reliability, perseverance, and constant conditioning in addition to pressure. By honing his footwork and volume punching, Zepeda is challenging himself to new heights. In order to maintain a high production without wasting energy, he is also working on cutting off the ring. Smothering Stevenson and making him uncomfortable during each round is the aim. Most notably, Zepeda's team is totally focused, requiring mental acuity in every detail and discipline in every drill. Knowing that mastering the small things is the key to success, he is embracing the daily grind with hunger and dedication. Zepeda is aware that persistent pressure and strategic, well-thought-out aggressiveness are the keys to victory. His preparation also revolves around constant forward motion and the ability to create chaos in a controlled way. Every aspect of his training reflects this mindset as he gears up to give everything in the fight ahead.
I'm happy, I'm anxious, ready for it to be July 12th. I'm thankful, grateful for this opportunity, and like I said, I just can't wait for it to be July 12th.
Challenging for a world title for the first time. How is that fight week feeling different from you now? It's a fight that you've dreamed all your career for, really.
As I said, it's a great opportunity. We know that this is a tough challenge, but I'm ready for this challenge, and that's why we're here, because I know that I've earned this opportunity to be here. Nothing was given to me. And I know, like I said, it's a tough challenge, but I know that I'm the man for the challenge.
Overall, while in training camp, he is learning from his failures, changing his habits, and making a commitment to continuous progress. Work is the only thing valued in this camp. As the battle approaches, Zepeda's attention is tunnel vision. No outside distractions, avoid taking quick cuts. In order to overcome the barrier that no one else has touched, he is prepared to fight the battle of his life and is willing to sacrifice all.
Es un muchacho muy disciplinado, un muchacho con bastante hambre, pero las ganas del triunfo y esto, estar aquí en un lugar donde no hay lujo, donde no existen tiendas, donde no existen centros comerciales, cines, simplemente viene y se concentra. Y eso creo que es lo que hace que Camarón sea el peleador que...
In short, the boxing community is buzzing after seeing this matchup heat up. Some fans believe it'll be an easy win for Shakur, pointing to his slick style and undefeated record. Others argue Zepeda's pressure and power will give Shakur a real test in the ring. Everyone has their pick, and each side has strong reasons to back it up. Now, all eyes are on July 12th to see who can turn their words into action. In the end, who's taking the win on July 12th, Shakur Stevenson or William Zepeda? Shakur's slick defense and sharp technique have kept him undefeated, but can he handle Zepeda's non-stop pressure and power? Will Zepeda back up his bold talk and shock the world, or will Shakur's preparation shine through? We want to hear from you that who are you picking and why? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest fight updates.